You might be wondering what this mask is about. And that's an honest question. My answer is that some of the topics in my videos are going to get a little bit taboo. And this could jeopardize some of the things in my personal life. But I feel it's time we discuss these things. And I'm so ready to speak. Minus the mask, how would you view me? Honestly, would you think I'm strange, or maybe a little creepy, or possibly laughable? Maybe some combination of all of them, I guess. But those are unfair assumptions. So let's flesh me out. I'm a happily married man. I am the proud pet parent of three adorable yet totally jerk off cats. I'm a full time student, and I am a specialist in Alzheimer's care and worked in the field for almost a decade. I'm active in community charities, community outreaches. I help my neighbors. I'm always willing to help my friends and family, and I'm the first person that people turn to. I have great morals and judgment, I think. Or rather, that's what people tell me. I don't sound so bad, do I? But wait, there's a twist. Oh, no. I'm transgender. And for those of you who don't know what that is, Merriam Webster defines it as of or relating to being a person who identifies and expresses a gender identity which differs from theirs at birth. Basically, meaning in layman's terms that you don't feel like you were born in the right body. Transgender, or rather being transgender, has had both positive and negative portrayals in the media. Despite this, it isn't openly discussed, and I believe that it's because it's not really understood, or rather, people don't want to understand it. The condition that I was diagnosed with is called gender identity disorder, or GID, and this is defined by strong, persistent feelings of identification with the opposite gender or discomfort with one's own assigned sex. I'm going to fill in those gaps for you in a little bit. It's not something that we can control or something we just choose to feel. When I was roughly 6 years old, my teddy bear had been utterly damaged in the dryer. We're talking ripped to hell and back, blowed up. And my mother quickly set about fixing it. And as she was sewing the gap between that teddy bear's legs, bam! It hit me. And I pointed to my genitals. And I asked my mother to fix me. Now, I didn't really understand the differences between the genders. I knew that boys had penises and girls had little slits between their legs. That's really all I knew, and really all I understood. And my mother quickly replied, "Well, that's how you're supposed to be. You're a girl." I never believed it. I began wearing my brother's clothing. I even stuffed my underwear. And I'd always been a tomboy, so it was like the picture was complete. I finally felt like who I was, which is, in all due respect, totally awesome. So that all changed. And eventually I was suppressed, and I wasn't allowed to be who I am. And that sucked. So that whole concept has caused me a lot of debate in the past. I've had people go, "Well, you were abused and that's what caused the behavior." This behavior started well before the abuse did. And my mother, she begged and pleaded for me just to be a normal girl, so I submitted. Yet every step along the way into womanhood, I panicked. I completely freaked out. When I developed breasts, I lost it. I tried to cut them off, and then eventually I just bound them because I didn't feel they were mine. And when I started my period, I screamed. I literally screamed. And it wasn't because I didn't know what was happening to me, it was because I did know what was happening to me. And I didn't feel like it should happen to me. And after all of that, I had to be the normal girl. And I lived my life like that for roughly 6 or 7 years. And each step of the way, I became increasingly uncomfortable, insecure, scared. I hated the mirror. I hated my reflection. I hated everything. But in my adult years, I started doing research and I started to reclaim myself. And at 19, I decided, brilliant idea, I'm going to come out. And I haven't gone back. And I won't. So that's basically my story. It's not every gruesome detail or anything, but that's it in a nutshell. I had to fight to be who I really am. And I'm still fighting now. And my mother eventually apologized for her actions, and yes, I did forgive her. But I have one question, one sneaking question that I need to ask you. Knowing that I'm a good man with strong moral values, I'm active in charity, loyal, loving to my friends and family, always happy to help, happily married, never committed any crimes or ill deeds. Pretty good guy, actually, I guess. Could you honestly wish me dead? Call me an abomination? Or hate me? And it's a fair question, because it's human nature to destroy what you don't understand. But it's also human nature to learn and embrace a new world and make it a better world. Thanks for watching the vid. If you'd like some more information about transgenderism or the science behind it, or if you would like to learn some really cool facts about some animals that actually switch their gender, the links are in the description below. I'm Simon Woods, and the door to discussion is open.